And hey, we're live for a New Year's edition of the Outlier show, and just doing the same old shit with Scott here with me as we're arguing about sharing plays and Bilal the cooler of Kubali getting sick mid game. Wait, what were you on today? Because we had everything, we had a lot of stuff together. We had a lot of college action.
Yeah, all that stuff we had, and then I threw in...
And then what did you add? You added Butler, which I wasn't in support of, so that's fine. Go do your thing.
Yeah, I took a Jimmy Butler under PRA on the premise that he doesn't want to be in Miami, and I think right now he has 5 PRA with 3 minutes to go in the first half. He doesn't want to be there, so we'll see if that works out.
I don't think it's he doesn't want to be there. I think it's a he doesn't want to resign. He wants to get traded so that someone else can have his bird rights, which
you could be right, but he's only taken 2 shots in the entire first half.
He doesn't really shoot a lot anymore.
Yeah, point is, though, I got that, and I ended up taking all the stuff that you did, but I took a tennis play at 4 in the morning, and that ended up being a winner.
Fine.
So
it was good. I went to bed super early. I mean, everything that we have right now looks good, and there's a really cool thing that we've discovered in using Outlier for that is kind of becoming like a minor cheat code on props and on soccer corners, allegedly. So we'll see. I can't believe Butler's going to blow this cover.
Yeah, Villanova kind of just caught fire in the last...
I mean, I got the under, too, so it should be okay. It's a wash, but, Villanova went on a 20-0 run.
Your college football ended up splitting, right? You had Ohio State.
Ohio State. I had Oregon State, and I had
Arizona
State, which was wild because, yeah. So anyway, we can go to the board. So the things that we can talk about, we could look at late NBA, and then we could also talk about some of the NFL. Your favorite guy is playing, so that's the only reason why I even mentioned why late NBA is appealing at all. It's because it's both of our second favorite guy is not playing, that being Jalen Johnson. But they are playing against we could talk about something with the Nuggets game that's coming up in 30 minutes. Stuff that you liked here at all? Anything you looked at with your guy Joker?
I ended up pivoting. We just ended up taking Westbrook assists. We got the 8.5.
I agree, which is great. So. Which collapsed, by the way, and it's closed at minus 120.
As it should, because in reality, you're looking at a game that might get to 250.
Yeah. So no, and I like Dyson Daniels. If anyone's caring, I think Julian Strother. I don't. What do you think of Julian Strother?
I think he's fine. I know that he killed UCLA in that NCAA tournament game a couple years ago. I mean, he's fine. The issue with Denver is that they have a lot of young guys that they have to give serious minutes to because their bench isn't any good. So, as Cash Out's mentioning, he plays about 22 minutes a game. I don't mind it for, once again, a total of about 250. I mean, somebody's going to have to score on this team. So, I don't hate it. I think that he's been better lately. But when it comes down to the young guys on this team, whether it involves Peyton Watson or Julian Strother or all the other guys they have, they just keep throwing guys out there hoping something sticks.
Yeah, they're figuring it out
there.
And none of them are very good.
I don't think Strother's a great player, but he's been playing better as the season's gone on. That's probably good enough.
We got another Jordan Poole 3. We need one more.
Nice.
And they're up 12.
I said I like the Wizards in that game. So
yeah, but
on the podcast.
So we also have a pretty large Wizards liability on them not doing well. So look, they need to occasionally win so they can stop.
Yeah, not doing well. We got under 21.5 wins. They have 4. I'm not really sweating it out. They're going to trade half the team at the deadline anyway. You think Kuzma's there? You think Kuzma's there after deadline? Because I don't.
Claxton, by the way, at 22 at halftime of 24.5 PRA.
Yeah, he killed them last time out. He just got ejected.
Oh, we did get the Josh Hart's rebounds.
Nice.
We got it. All right. A Twitter play wins. We got the under in this Butler game. It was no sweat, never a sweat. Got the under in this Bradley game. Also not a sweat. Good. Everything looks good. I like it. Okay. And, all right. So here's what I'm going to go to that I'm going to show. Well, actually I want to look at the Sixers Kings game, and then we can go to some things. Have you looked at all at this game? Did you have thoughts? Because Embiid's not playing. The biggest thing that I liked is actually fading Paul George. Just fading Paul George rebounds. Anything associated with his rebounds. When I'll pull it up, but when Embiid is out, Paul George becomes a facilitator. So a PA I like, but his PR I don't like. And let me just find his rebounds and I can show you. Like, look, he's already not hitting it, but when without the big guy who never plays, it's even lower. So I don't know. That was one that I liked. I ended up adding on the points to it with you to give us some wiggle room. I'm not even worried. I'm like, it's 25 and a half. We got it at even money. It's minus 120 now, but like this is great without Embiid still. So I don't know. Did you have anything that you liked in this game? One of our, Sabonis is one of our guys. This is also a very weird Kings team. So I don't know. Any thoughts that you had initially?
I don't know if weird's the right word. They just stink because they don't guard anybody. So, I mean, I want to ask you about Paul George because I know we agree on the under PR. Do you think he's actually washed?
I don't think he's washed. I just think that his role is like, I don't think that there's that much of a difference between him and Caleb Martin. Like, it's really like, he was also on the Sixers. Like,
it's a weird
I wouldn't
spot
say
for George, though, because he was never really a big pick and roll guy.
No, he's not a big pick and roll guy.
But you want the ball in Embiid's hands the entire time. So Maxi's constantly trying to hunt switches on pick and roll. Paul George really doesn't do that. So I just think that it's kind of a weird fit with him.
I don't know what he's supposed to do because like we just said, like he doesn't do, like Paul George is not a pick and roll guy.
No, he's a triple threat jab.
He's a triple threat guy. He's a passer. He's a great passer. And like the thing is that they need him to rebound on rotation when Embiid's off, which he doesn't do. And or be essentially like a taller version of Klay Thompson and be off ball. And it just doesn't make it makes no sense. And that's why you're also seeing Maxey get 35-point games because like he doesn't have anybody to pick and roll with, and he's just able to just kind of do his thing with Yabu, who we love. We love Yabu.
Well, the rest of the Sixer stuff's going to depend on some of the injury report guys because I know Oubre's questionable. I saw that Drummond's questionable as well. I mean, Yabu's going to start if Drummond's out too. I kind of want to see if Oubre plays because his rebound's been a pretty underrated prop so far.
It's been a good one when Embiid's out.
That's what I'm saying. So he's questionable. I kind of got to wait it out.
If he's not, I like it. If Drummond plays, I like Drummond points.
Okay. I mean, Sabonis doesn't rim protect at all. I think Sabonis every game. You can actually look that up. What's Sabonis just under half a block tonight?
So hold on. I would tell everybody right now, go take, it's plus money, but take, and I don't want to miss it before what time does this game start?
Oh, it's late.
Oh, you got time.
In Sacramento.
Yeah, you got time. Hold on. I want to officially give out Andre Drummond points and bet it. Because
I just want to look up Sabonis. It's going to correlate.
Yeah, we got time. Hold on.
Oh no, Sabonis like for
plus
blocks.
135 for him to get 10 points. So I'm giving that out. Okay, what's Sabonis' stuff? Let's look.
I was gonna say Sabonis under half a blocks minus 210. He's a starting center. Like the guy is incapable of blocking shots. He gives you no rim protection at all. I think he's had 0 blocks in 10 of the last 12 games he's played in. He's one of the worst rim protectors in the entire league. So if Drummond gets the ball near the paint, it's going in the basket.
You actually could probably parlay it, and I'm seeing that it's EV. You could parlay it with Sabonis assists because it's exactly what you're talking about. Like Sabonis is basically going to like push it away to somebody else. But I like his points at plus 135. So
yeah, I'm agreeing with you. The point is Sabonis. I know we talk a lot about how the Kings are a terrible defensive team. A big reason for that is Sabonis is one of the worst rim protecting centers in the entire league, and all Drummond does is take layups and dunks.
So all right. So I'm going to show folks one of the things that you and I have been constantly doing as we fuck around with Outlier, but you can go to EV section and you can make filters. And I have 2. I have one that's EV that matters, which is basically looking at things with Pinnacle. But what I've really started doing is using FanDuel as my sharp line. So what does that mean? You're watching this, you're like, I just thought I wanted picks or to hear Scott and Adam make their jokes. But what that means is if you assume that what comes out of FanDuel is the be-all, end-all. And the reason why I'm going to assume this is because it's such a big book that I think that every Twitter capper who pushes people to it or any sort of prop that comes out, it kind of moves the market. And you basically fade that market or try to beat that market, it can be profitable. We have found it to be pretty profitable.
Especially in soccer.
Especially in soccer and very much with props. Not so much with totals, which, by the way, I've been doing totals with Pinnacle. And it's really been working. I tested it out today. So that's a new one for us. But for player props, so like these are all basically lines on books that are beating what is at FanDuel. There's not a lot out right now. So yeah, there it is. There's the Paul George rebounds. Drummond's rebound under is there because I don't know why, but A lot of Fox unders, which makes me think that he may be a late scratch, by the way. Whenever I see sharp action happening, like for the last 2 hours against the under of an alpha player, I assume that guy is out. So, and then
Could
there's
be hungover.
randomly, this is something, this is some stuff for tomorrow that I wanted to talk about. I wanted to show everybody this, and then I want to talk a little NHL, and then we can kind of fuck around with NFL. I have an NHL play that I'm looking at tomorrow. Is tomorrow an outdoor game or no?
No, it's indoors.
Normal.
Yeah.
Okay. And today's game wasn't an outdoor. Yesterday's was, but I like the Rangers tomorrow.
Oh, the Rose Bowl was.
Yeah, the Rose Bowl was. Yeah. I like the Rangers tomorrow. I know that this is like it's sort of like a gut line read and stuff.
They're completely dead. But if you like Jonathan Quick, then I got news for you because Igor's dead. So
yeah.
The new goalie.
So I mean, well, look. So then here's the thing: like, this team is even money, and this is a bad team right now.
I don't think the Bruins are that good. To be fair.
I don't think the Bruins are that good, and I really don't think the Bruins are good away from home. So I like the Rangers tomorrow at even money on the money line.
I'm gonna root for you, but they are in the absolute basement. They're worse than the Islanders. And as an Islanders fan, I'm thrilled, but my team sucks. That means the Rangers must be terrible. But I mean, I don't think the Bruins are that good. So
Porter asking, why do I love a Sabonis triple double? I don't know. We were just talking about how it's gonna be tough for him to get the rebounds.
Well, no, Sabonis always ends up walking.
Well, he finds up getting them, but like we also think he's gonna be Drummond will do well because he's afraid of him. But I don't know. I don't know if Sabonis triple double is what I dig on.
I'll put it this way, though. It makes sense if you actually think there's a chance that Fox might be scratched or compromised.
I think Scratch might. I think he might. So, okay. So there you go. We both do think Fox is about to get scratched.
I didn't say that, but I think that the under, once again, being plus EV might suggest that there's
everything that he has is so.
There's some shadiness going on. I'll put it that way. You never know about scratched or hungover.
Tell everybody about your Kulabi nonsense that just happened.
I mean, I took Koulibaly over 3.5 assists because he had at least 4 assists in like 10 straight games. And I know it was 4.5 earlier today. It went down to 3.5. I'm like, all right, great. Why not? They're against the Bulls. The Bulls don't guard anybody. He has 2 assists in the first 9 minutes.
We hit Poole, by the way.
Nice. He has 2 assists in the first 9 minutes and then says, you know what? I don't feel well. And he left and he never came back.
He had a tummy ache.
There you go.
That's
what happened to me. So Koulibaly. Some people are arguing that he's the new Jonte Porter. That's how bad it is on social media right now.
Are you serious?
Yeah, there's some people making that.
I like him. Oh, that's not fair.
I like Koulibaly too. I'll put it this way. I'm not going to go that far, but it is pretty sketchy. He plays 9 minutes after his lines plummeted, and then is just never seen again. That is kind of weird.
Well, that's the point that I'm making. Is that like the lines plummet? Like so. That's why I'm fading FanDuel as the sharp book whenever we do stuff because I think that we're getting more value on the opposite on whatever is the EV to FanDuel. So if you have Outlier, go in, set up a filter that makes your default book FanDuel. We have been using it for props. It's been really good. Okay, scanning through NHL tomorrow because we haven't looked at NHL in a while.
I told you to take the Panthers against the Rangers a couple days ago.
I did, and I took it.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking around and I'm scanning and I'm just seeing who's playing really well and who isn't. The Jets, as usual, are playing really well, but I'm just kind of seeing if anything pops here.
I'm happy Winnipeg figured it out again. It's good for us.
That's very good for us because we have everything that is, amongst all the things we have parlayed with Liverpool to run away with it, which they are.
Mm-hmm.
What about the Stars at home against the Senators?
I think I like the puck line on that one. Ottawa's been struggling. Yeah. Dallas has not been great, but they did beat up on the Blackhawks their last time out. So I actually do think they are in line to figure some stuff out. Beat the Blackhawks 5-1, beat the Sabres 4-2. They were kind of going through it a bit. Now they're in 4th in their division, but Ottawa's been kind of in a tailspin lately. I mean, Ottawa was on a heater, then they lost 2 straight to Edmonton and to Winnipeg, both on the road. Then ended up beating in Minnesota. Minnesota's in a weird spot, though, because Kaprizov's been injured, so that is kind of a little bit of a wrinkle into things because he's their best player by far. But, yeah, Ottawa, I think, at the end of the day, was a pretty average to below-average team that went on a pretty good run for a couple weeks, and now regression's kind of catching back up to them. I like plus 140. Ottawa's been pretty bad on the road.
I'm also seeing Tampa Bay's playing the Sharks, who are awful.
Oh, they are.
Let me see what in regulation 155 for in reg. Puck lines -105. Let's find what about the team total?
I got to see what Tampa did because I know that they ended up getting killed by somebody. I think it was Montreal. They got killed in Montreal 5-2 last game. They're gonna be pissed.
Yeah. Let's
first meet in the season. Tampa beat them 8-1. Yeah, okay.
All right. So, well, maybe we do. What do you like better? Do you like the over 3.5? I think they need 4. I think they're scoring 4 goals in this game.
I mean, to read off the actual numbers for San Jose, I don't think people realize how bad this team's actually been. They have lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 straight games. They've lost 11 of their last 12. They've given up at least 4 goals in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of their last 9 games. They've given up at least 4 goals. They can't stop anybody. This team is awful. I like Celebrini a lot. I think Celebrini is a very solid player, but this team defensively is an absolute joke. And I think you're looking at, once again, a situation where you just have a team off a bad loss, which we can call that for Tampa, because you should beat Montreal. And you're looking at the Sharks. They traded for Georgiev. If that's not a sign of tanking, I don't know what is. Like, they're going to get smacked in this game, probably. I think Tampa kills them either way.
All right, so then you want to do the puck line? -105?
Sure. I mean, once again, I don't think that they're going to cover the puck line without scoring 4+ goals.
Right, so. That's what I'm saying. So then then I think that we're getting a better price than what we already liked.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, but cool. San Jose has been bad. They've been really
I'm
bad.
taking the Rangers off of this because you scared me out of it.
No, all right. You can still take them. I just don't like what I've seen.
I don't take stuff that we don't take together, and then it gets really.
I mean, I thought the Rangers looked okay against Florida. They came back from 2-0 down. They made the game competitive, but the defense is just in shambles. They just can't stop anybody. Quick's been good. If you actually want to back the Rangers, I mean, the Bruins don't shoot, though. I was going to say
that's
maybe
the thing.
like
the Bruins
saves,
just play. Yeah, they don't shoot a lot.
That's what I was going to say. Like, I expect Quick to play pretty well, but the Bruins really don't shoot the puck that much. But the Rangers allow a ton of shots.
Let me see. I will look at if there's any props that are already up. I mean, under shots on goal for some of the Bruins is sneaky. Well, it's hard because it's the Rangers.
The Rangers give up so many shots. Like, that's the problem.
Right. Let me see. I would honestly probably take what's Marchand. So Marchand's -140 for a point and +165 there. I don't know. I mean, he's the only one. I would. You know what I would do? I would mess around with Marchand over 2.5 shots at -115. I don't hate that.
Okay.
For the last time, and in his last 5 games, his attempts. I mean, he's the only one doing anything. 6 attempts and 3 shots last game. 4 attempts and 4 shots. 4. He's at. Yeah, this is actually. I actually like this bet. So that's actually a. I know you and I haven't really capped a shots on goal bet in a while, but that's a solid one based on just usage and him probably being the only guy who's firing.
And of course, he's on the power play.
And he's on the power play. Yeah, I do that at 115. Okay. Let's talk about NFL this week. You're going to see a lot of people on Twitter who are going to say, "Oh my God, contract incentive." Guess what? Like, no one cares. And
I think that I think bad teams might, but if teams are competing for something,
yeah, it's also not Madden. It's also not like it's not like Mason Rudolph might be getting the ball to him more because of this. Like, here's the deal, guys. Like, don't make that your thing. But you are going to see a lot of people who are going to tell you that they are geniuses if someone hits a touch. If Geno Smith has a touchdown, his team also needs that game.
I thought they got eliminated. I thought they got eliminated already.
Well, it's just if they get 10 wins, they get
he gets money. I'm just saying they're not making the playoffs. They've been eliminated.
No, they're done. So, which is great, but I need him to not have 22.5 touchdowns because I have a season-long parlay that Geno under 22.5 and Daniel Jones under 16.5 TDs. What's
Geno at again at the moment?
22.5. I don't know what he is. If someone in the chat knows what Geno Smith's touchdowns is at, I think it's at like 18 or 19.
Fine.
It's in sweat range.
He is 17.
17. All right, so we're in good shape.
Okay.
I
You made it
also
sound
just
like
looked
you
at,
were about to die. You actually have some wiggle room there.
I just looked at our NBA and
We have a sweat on Sunday, though. We need the Panthers to score less than 59 points.
we do. We also need that bookie to pay us.
That's a separate story.
Separate story. But hopefully he does. All right. So is there anybody whose games matter? This Bengals game matters, and the thing that I can tell you that I like the most here on Saturday, Burrow. I want Burrow passing TDs, man.
Are we in? I don't want to generalize it into an auto fade scenario. Are we kind of auto fading the Steelers because they have extra prep time, but this team's falling apart?
Yeah, I think
this feels like a classic Tomlin staple of my team's not very good. We overachieve, but now we're about to die. You get that vibe? Because that's what I'm getting.
I get the vibe that they're just not a very talented team.
Correct. I mean, I want to say it's kind of similar to that one year they lost to the Browns by like 80 in that home playoff game when they just self-destructed in the last month and they like crawled into the playoffs and died. It feels like that right now. So
I don't disagree. This is so like I like the Bengals here. I believe if the Bengals win, they're in.
No, the Bengals need a miracle. The Bengals need to win. They need the Broncos to lose to Carson Wentz,
which
and
is
they
fine.
Need the Dolphins, and they need the Dolphins to lose to Aaron Rodgers. Which those two things are not going to happen. So
I don't. So we're doing a parlay, right?
I mean, if you think the Bengals get in, then that's your 3-pick parlay.
Yeah, we're doing it.
That's a piece of advice, though. If you actually do think the Bengals get in, don't blindly bet teams to make the playoffs. Compare it to the parlay of what you need for that to happen. Because you can get a 3-pick parlay that might pay off better than Bengals to make the playoffs as a prop.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
Keep that in mind.
All right. But first prop that I do like, and I know that we weren't really prepared because we're just kind of looking at it together. I think we're going to take this. We're going to take this Burrow over 2.5 passing TDs, I assume. I mean, it's plus 144, and he's done it in 8 straight.
Yeah, he's an absolute monster. I mean, do you want to throw in like pass attempts or don't even bother because game script could actually.
He had 3 against them. He had 3 against them 2 weeks ago. Like, we're betting this now.
Can I see what his pass attempts were in that game?
Sure.
Because Chase Brown died, so now they got Herbert as the running back. So I'm just expecting them 38. To throw the ball.
He had 38 in that game. Number set at
40 and a half. Oh, God.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, we're taking this now, by the way.
Yeah, it's fair. You know, I'm not going to get in the way of Joe Burrow. So
no, I'm not.
I had a tweet that went half viral this past week where I said if the Bengals make the playoffs, Burrow should win MVP, and then Bills Mafia charged me, and I'm like, I said if they make the playoffs,
it's because Burrow's a lib and Josh Allen was at the Capitol, so they.
I think Josh Allen should be ahead of Lamar personally, but people get so defensive about the favorite team, and I'm literally just thinking to myself, I just said it's not going to happen. Once again, you need the Jets to win a game, and you need the Chiefs with Carson Wentz to beat the Broncos. Like, chill. I basically just gave Burrow like a 30-1 shot of winning MVP, and people are just going, I can't believe you said that. It's not that hot of a take.
I'm taking Burrow. I'm not trying to have too much liability out there. I'll take it to winning unit because it's plus 144, but I just took Burrow over 2.5 passing TDs.
Or we could throw it in an underdog thing.
Yeah, I mean, I like plus money, so I just took that. And I added to this. Okay. Are there any other? That was something that had jumped out to me. When Eagles props drop, you're gonna want Will Shipley for that game. He'll get all the receptions. Is there any games that you had looked at that you kind of liked or wanted to look at?
Well, I want to talk to you about the Denver game because you want to talk about games that actually matter. There are not that many of them. The Buccaneers game matters against the Saints, but I think they're going to murder the Saints. But that's a separate story.
Okay, so this Denver game. What do we want to talk about?
I was thinking of maybe going with Bo Nix passing touchdowns, but I wasn't sure if we wanted to pull the trigger on that or not.
Let's look.
The Chiefs are a great defense, but I don't know who's playing. Like, they're going to sit all their key guys anyway.
Yeah, well, Chris Jones was banged up, so I don't see him playing.
No, I mean, the defense was good anyway without him against the Steelers, but Nix has been forced to really. I put it this way: they were initially a pretty decent run offense. They can't run the ball. If you've been watching the last couple of weeks, they've been a mess.
Dude, Bo Nix passing so many touchdowns. It's not up. It's minus 123. It's really good price on underdog.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I understand that the Chiefs have a great defense, but I'm kind of tossing their metrics out the window because I don't think anyone's going to play in this game.
Yeah, I like it. I like the Bo Nix over. I like his passing TDs.
And we can agree that they can't run the ball. They've been trying Williams. They've been trying Estime. Nobody's been good in the backfield. They kind of have to throw.
Yep.
So.
Nope. I like that.
Shout out to Bo Nix, by the way, who's going to probably cash us our rookie passing touchdowns. Shout out to that guy.
Which would be awesome. Yeah, because Jaden Daniels isn't going to probably be doing much in that game.
Probably not because they clinched. So
well, I want Carson Wentz rushing yards when that comes up.
Okay.
I
mean, did you want to talk about the Buccaneers game or
we
like
can talk
the
about
Falcons
let's talk about this
game?
Buccaneers game because the Bucks don't. If the Bucks win, do they get the division? Like, what's the deal?
They clinch the division if they win.
And then what about the Falcons?
Falcons, I think, are basically eliminated, but the point is they are going to be scoreboard watching, so they're not going to go into the game just tanking.
Are they all the game? I think all the games are at 1.
Let me see when the Falcons game is.
Yeah, it's at 1.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So they're still going to try. At least for now. They might stop trying at halftime if the Buccaneers are up 30, but I mean, I think Tampa torches this team. The Saints are one of the worst teams in the league.
It's also, isn't it? It's in Tampa. They're gonna.
It's in Tampa. Rattler, we think's atrocious. Nobody's playing because Miller has a concussion too. So you have no Kamara, you have no Taysom Hill. Olave is always in concussion protocol, but the point is they don't have any players. And Miller got a concussion, so he's out too.
Let's do Baker long. Let's do Baker longest pass completion, dude.
Well, this is kind of a twofold thing because I know that the one common, I'd say, incentive that's been popping up a lot is a double incentive for Evans. I might like Evans anyway, but I'm just wondering, Baker just had like a 5-touchdown, 360-yard game. Is he just going to kill this team again?
I mean, Baker's also in line to lead the league in passing stuff, isn't he?
He might be, actually.
Oh, no, I think he's way too behind Lamar. He's like a couple hundred, but I like his longest. I'll take his longest because he's hit it 3 straight times. He's hit it or against the Saints. He had a 42 against Carolina last week. He's had it 3 in the last 4. At home this season, he has hit it in the last 2. I don't know what was going on here. But December's been really good for Baker. I think we just take his over longest pass completion, call it a day, and hope that this dead New Orleans team just lets them have it.
Do we want something on McMillan?
When they put him up, I don't see any props up.
Do they have anything for Evans in the first quarter? I'm just curious.
91 is his receiving.
The point is that he's incentive based, so that's why they kind of priced it up.
18 and a half.
I feel like if you're going to be expecting incentives, then you might expect him to target Evans early. And they don't have Lattimore anymore, so his demon's no longer on the team. So I think it's a good matchup for Evans.
It's minus 120 on underdog. We could build an underdog slip.
Unless you'd rather take the full game. Like, that's kind of why I'm...
No, I don't want the full game. I don't, because, like, they don't need to. Because if they're up, they're kind of like...
I'm worried they're going to coast, exactly. So I feel like if Evans is going to get that number, he's probably going to have a very big first half.
Well, I mean, we could do... So I think this is a good idea. So why don't we do an underdog play? Because we could build that now.
You know, we're going to do
an underdog play of Evans first quarter, Bo Nix passing TDs.
Yeah, that could work.
I'm going to do it I'll do it right now. Because that feels like good use of those two things. And then we could take the Baker one straight. Oh, and I have a promo. Look at this. Let's see. We're taking this live.
What do you want, a 2-pick or a 3-pick?
It's hopefully it's a 2-pick. Right now I'm saying 2. Right now I'm saying 2-pick because I don't know if there's a lot of stuff that I would want. Let me see. Evans first quarter. Oh, that's the first quarter TD. There it is. That. And then if I use, we have a 50% profit boost on it to make it 4 times payout. So $100 gets us $400.
Sure. That's fine.
You want to do that?
Yeah, let's do it.
I like that. I like that a lot for us.
I'll just add it to the tally of fake money that I owe you.
A fake money that you owe me. Yeah, that's how I feel about it. Cool. I will tell. So yeah, there it is. There's an official. It's the first time we've done this in a while, but there's an official underdog slip, and it is Bo Nix 2 passing TDs and Mike Evans first quarter yards. Awesome. So people can see it. It's on the screen. Boom. It happened. Yeah. All right. Wow. Look at that. And then you and I separately should take Baker longest pass completion.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
All right. I don't have anything else that's for this weekend that I care about too much.
You have anything for the college game tomorrow?
I like Georgia still.
I like the under in the game.
Yeah. Wow, it's low.
actually went up. It was at 44.5.
I
I just expect a very conservative play calling from both coaches, especially Georgia, who I don't think Stockton's any good.
I don't think Stockton's. I would take his rushing yards if you have props in your area.
The issue is that college includes sacks. That's the problem you're running into.
He's going to get his ass kicked then, isn't he?
He might. I think Notre Dame's defense is very good. Now they got a key guy that's going to be out of Notre Dame's defense, but I don't think Riley Leonard's that good. I think he's better than Stockton. But I think that if you're looking at what should be a close game, and I think it's going to be a very, very field position, don't commit the stupid error to blow the game. I see like a 2017 type game. I think this game's going to be disgusting.
So maybe we do. So I got one that might work that helps everybody out. Let me see.
Well, do you agree with that general assessment? Because I just
yeah. I generally do. I'm just trying to see. Do we want just a team total under
for Georgia?
Yeah.
I mean, you said you think Georgia's going to win. That's why I'm asking what you.
Yeah, but they don't need. What did you just say as your predicted?
I said 27. I said 2017.
Did they score 27?
No, 22-17.
22.5 is even money under.
Do I think
they had 22 points against Texas
with overtime?
Why would we not take this?
I don't think they score 3 touchdowns, so I like that idea.
Let's do it. I think we should do it. It also got bet down from 23.5. Like, I think
that's a key number too, crossing over 23.5.
Yeah, it got bet down from 23. 23.5 is minus 125. Under 22.5 is that, and it leaves you open to both. Because, look, if they get into a shootout, obviously it lost, but they could win this, like you said, 20-17, and they needed overtime in that Texas game. So I think that's a bet.
Yeah, and I think Smart knows, once again, his quarterback's
super limited,
a liability. So I can definitely see them being conservative, run the ball, drain clock, get out of there.
Yep. Nope. I agree. All right. Cool. We found a play that we like tomorrow. All right, Scott, what do you want to tell people before we get out of here?
You can find me on Twitter at Reichel Radio. Got a bunch of podcasts at SGPN. Have the NBA show. Have the tennis show, which I'm going to have another episode for tomorrow. So that should be fun. And yeah, besides that, just hanging in there. We finally got a competitive college football playoff game. So
I know. You jinxed it. It was great.
Yeah.
Probably got a cover, so I didn't care. So
felt good.
Did feel good. All right, cool. So for Scott, I'm Adam. We always just do all this nonsense all the time. And I just wish you guys good luck with your bets. I'm going to put this in the chat. That is all the stuff that we just bet or that we tell people to bet. And you can do whatever you want with it and fade it. I don't care. Do a fucking ladder challenge, whatever the hell people do. But yeah, have a great rest of your week. Happy New Year. We'll talk to you guys soon.